So balance, by definition, is a state of equilibrium characterized by cancellation of all forces by equal opposing forces. So it's a state, right? So the very fact that balance is a state makes it problematic. We live on a planet that spins, life changes. You come into the world bald and naked, you leave the world bald and naked is the old phrase. So everything in our world changes. We're looking for this state of equilibrium where everything is safe, everything is peaceful, everything's without struggle, everything is achievement, everything is success, everything is good. And that's what we hope for. And it's just not real life. And what happens is we end up comparing our businesses, our lives to other people. And in the Instagram world we live in, where people are presenting the very best of what they have, the best meals they have, the best trips they've taken, the best abs they have, or whatever is going on, their kids on the one good day they have, that's what they post. And then we go, man, my life stinks, or my business is terrible. So a great example of this, and it's a bit of a confession, is, as I mentioned a few times, is one of the ways I traveled around the country for 17 years. I had my own Learjet. And this allowed me to be in two places at one time. That was the reason. So I'm flying along one time, and was a Lear 45 was the plane we flew on, and it flies pretty high. So commercial travels between 33 and 38,000 feet. This flies up higher. So you go up to 45,000 feet, and you can get up to 51,000 feet. And it's an amazing thing. Up there, the air traffic control basically just lets you go because there's no traffic interfering with you. You're in thinner air, and it's clean flying. It's great. It was an amazing experience. But one thing that happens is when you're in the plane and you're having the best ever, you're having a nice meal, it's a great private plane, you're taking a straight route, you're going fast. So you have nothing to complain about. But I've taken, thousands of these flights. I would look out the window, and when you're going over like part of the American desert or mountains or whatever, it just looks like you're not moving at all. And you've had this experience on a plane. You look out and you hear the engine, and you can kind of tell you're moving, but it feels like you're creeping along. Well, over the intercom, my lead pilot, Edgar Rosado, says, "Hey, Brian, a couple thousand feet of separation off our left wing. There's a plane flying below us. Go check it out." So I switch over to the left side of the plane, look out the window, and sure enough, I see this condensation trail come behind this plane, and it just goes past. So the two planes are kind of 2,000 feet apart, and it just, boom, like a blink of an eye. And I was like, wow. And then I got back in my seat, look out the window, and immediately it looks like we're not moving again. So I didn't really know I was doing it, but I went up to Edgar and I go, "Edgar, what in the heck were those people flying? Like, they were really cooking." And he kind of looked at me, he was a bit sheepish, and he said, "Brian, they were in the same plane as us." So two things were happening. We were going about 560, 600 miles an hour. So were they. So the combined speed to start with was about 1,100, 1,200 miles an hour. So boom, we're both going in these different directions. They're in their plane going, "My gosh, what's that guy flying?" And I never forget it because I thought, hang on a second here. I'm in the best possible situation I could possibly be. Everything's going great. But when I compared myself to someone else, I hang on a second here. They're in a fast plane and I'm in a slow plane. And it wasn't true. It wasn't true. Well, that's kind of a comical look at things. It's not so comical when we think about other people's, people are in shape, other people's relationships, other people's families, other people's business, other people's income. And we can end up in a state where we're actually doing pretty good. We're actually flying high. We're actually doing well. We look out the window, it doesn't feel like we're moving very fast. And then when you see somebody else, a glimpse of somebody else, it's like, I'm getting left behind. So that's why that story, I think, is relevant to a lot of people. So it's all about the ing, the I-N-G. It's not about balance, it's about balancing. Balance is a state. Balancing is adjusting. So balance is a destination in mind that can't be reached. That's the first sub-point I want to share with you. It's just a destination that can't be reached. And you get into this, once I've achieved this, then I'll be there. That's a terribly frustrating place. Victor Hugo said, to put everything in balance is good. To put everything in harmony is better. A quote from Rumi said, life is a balance between holding on and letting go. Albert Einstein said, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. That's really the key. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, life is a journey and not a destination. So if you're feeling down, if you feel like you haven't achieved or arrived or where you're not where you want to be, remember, you're balancing, and the balancing is the success. Thanks for watching. If you want more tips on how to think, feel, and do better, check out these videos too. Oh, by the way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave us a like if you enjoyed the content.